Yes, I know. Okay, I have my iPad chiming me because I'm playing a game. How you doing? This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. And first of all, I want to wish my new subscribers, Stranger Danger, Bruce Ross Morgan, Willabrod Martin, and Leonid Sokolov. And Leonid, I published your comment about Art Bell, how you feel there is no shooting and it's all the influence of his wife. I don't know that. I don't know how you would know that. And I guess the only person who knows that is Art Bell and his wife. We will find out, I'm sure, in weeks to come and months to come, the real story behind all this. When I'm doing 2 videos, I'm going to call the Nye County Sheriff's Office, as I promised, and find out if there was a report made or not. And Tom Badhammer, I don't know what I have. I looked up the definition of iritis, but the problem is I went to my general practitioner. He examined my eyes. He talked to his supervising doctor. They have doctors over the doctors. And they said they're not going to say whether I have an eye infection or not. They don't know for sure. So on January 8th, I go to the eye doctor and my eyes examined again. So it's very frustrating. All I know is this eye tears profusely. This eye started to. The eye closes, the left eye, and I can't see out of it. And at times the pain is excruciating. So I won't find out for about, 4 weeks what the hell's wrong with my eye. I thank you for concern. And Bossy Brooke, thanks for retweeting my posts once again. Brooke is a bell gabber. And hello, Brooke. And I appreciate her doing that and appreciate her interest in my channel as I do all my subscribers. Now, Donald Trump. This is the Donald Trump talk period of my channel. And I'm amused by the fact that the mainstream media is making much of Ted Cruz leaping ahead in one poll in Iowa, whereas the NBC poll, Donald Trump has moved back into the lead. Ted Cruz surged to second, and Ben Carson has dropped 11%, down to 11%. Trump is 27%. Cruz is 22%. Rubio is 15%. And CNN today, in an article, said that it's going to be a 3-way race between Trump, Cruz, and Rubio will be the establishment candidate. I just love leftist media telling Republicans who they're going to vote for. And one of the curious things about this poll that they're all touting about Ted Cruz, only 400 people were polled. There's thousands of people in Iowa. And one of the interesting things, there's only one county in Iowa where there are more Republican voters than Democrats. So it's a Democratic state, not a Republican state. And yet, I think they voted for Ronald Reagan. I couldn't be sure. That I haven't looked it up. But they always tell us who we're going to vote for. Who's the most likely nominee? It's the one they like because they figure it's the one that would be most likely to lose to a Democrat. And Trump himself said there's one poll where he would beat Hillary by 4 points. He'd said that on Fox. And they're also saying about Rush today, how Rush threw Trump under the bus. Now, Rush has not endorsed anyone. And he said that there are mistakes Trump is making in relation to how he treats Ted Cruz. And I don't entirely agree with that. If Ted Cruz has been pretty much gentlemanly, but Trump's going to say what he thinks, and he doesn't care what anybody thinks. That's one of the charms of him. He's the first guy we've had running for president in ages that doesn't care and just says, lets it all hang out, says what he wants. And that's part of his appeal. Excuse me. Also having a sinus problem. All the rain, I'm activating my sinuses. We had a ton of rain here. Okay, so you have Donald Trump at 27%, another poll he's at 30%, and yet the leftists are saying that he will not win the nomination. And so did Kucinich, or whatever the hell his name is, from Ohio. And Jeb Bush says he won't win the nomination. Well, Bush is down to 7%. In some polls, he's down to 5%. And the guy from Ohio is down the bottom. And there's talk today that Rand Paul may drop out after the debate. I think that debate's tonight or tomorrow night. We'll see what happens with that. But the right, not the right, the establishment GOP is terrified of Donald Trump. The Democrats are terrified of Donald Trump for different reasons. You can't count Trump out. All right, I'll be back with another video. I'm going to talk about Gabcast, MB, and a few selected people. I said I wouldn't do this, but I have to because MB's been writing me back and forth why I wasn't on the show, and I told him why, and I told him I tried to call in. Oh, one other thing. Someone on Belgab named Inglorious Bitch, and I used the emphasis on the second word because she is, said if I wasn't so lazy, I could be endorsing some kind of apple juice product, or maybe alcoholic apple juice. I don't know what the hell it is. I never heard of it. Yeah, here's a guy who started the YouTube channel from nothing 4 years ago. I've got well over 100,000 views. Now, that's not a lot compared to some sites. I've got 250 plus subscribers. A year ago, I had 30. And my biggest video right now is still the King Human. Number 2 is when I did on Donald Trump and dancing Muslims. And you know what number 3 is, folks? Art Bell Quits Dark Matter. And number 4 coming up is Nori, and the number 5 is the latest one, Art Bell Quits Midnight in the Desert. And I expect if he comes back and quits again, he'll be Art Bell Quits Midnight in the Desert again. So I'm actually making money off the King Human video and the Nori video. I haven't made any money off the Trump video yet. And I think I've made money off the Art Bell Quit Dark Matter video. And my earnings on YouTube have gone up over a certain point, and I'm quite happy with that. And my views have gone up. The only thing I don't like is the dislikes. I posted the first Art Bell Quits Midnight in the Desert post on YouTube. The thing wasn't on there for more than a second. And I looked at the screen and suddenly saw 4 dislikes. No one could have watched that whole video all the way through. So people from Belgab who don't like me, or maybe from the former SF Red Book, are automatically clicking on every video I do and raising my dislikes. For months, I got very few dislikes. Now they outweigh the likes. And if you get too many, YouTube will knock you off. And that's probably what they're trying to do. Who knows? There might be a robot that Casio's using. And that jerk, who is too tired of attacking me and has issued death threats to me, now he's attacking Paladin. Now, what the hell has Paladin done to Casio? Because I don't read Paladin's posts, but... And I pointed out to Jerry that posting Casio's post gives him ego boost, or as we call it in fandom, ego boo, and to kindly stop doing it, aside from the fact that it aggravates the hell out of me. The guy is a cretin and a convicted child molester, and I don't care about what he does after he gets out of prison. He's still a convicted child molester and of low moral character. And no one should associate with the man. He was banned from Belgab, and yet he's still on there under several different handles. And if he wants to rant and rail against me in his videos, fine. I will deal with that issue at another time. Not through this channel, but through Google itself. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Have a great day. Stay warm out there and dry and safe. And Donald Trump is now saying, make America safe, and he's absolutely right. And I heard the speech by Obama where he had a grocery list of Al-Qaeda and ISIS members that he killed. And, you kill 6, 10, 20 of them, and there's more coming up, like cockroaches coming out of a roach motel. So, it's a joke with Obama. The thing to do would have been to stay in Iraq, and we probably wouldn't have had all this insurgency. We wouldn't have the rise of ISIS. But he was determined, and left was determined to get us out of Iraq because they hated George W. Bush. And that's a fact. And if we'd had someone who had said, we stay in there to keep the place stabilized, things would have been a lot better off. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Trump said Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama resulted in thousands of deaths in the Middle East by their policies. And he's absolutely right on that, too. Libya was destroyed and destabilized. Hillary pushed for the removal of Muammar Gaddafi, who had become a stabilizing force in the region. And we've given arms to Syrian rebels who became ISIS members. So how's that working out for you folks? And I'm always amazed with one more thing, that every time Obama says, we've killed this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, you can find these guys. But you couldn't find two terrorists wannabe in San Bernardino for several years, even though they were planning attacks before the recent one, 2 weeks ago on a Friday? So tell me how that works out, Mr. Obama and Hillary Clinton. You can find all these ISIS members overseas, but you can't find two in this country. 3 if you count the guy who bought the guns, and 3 more if you count who are the 3 white guys. Oh, there goes Fuzzy. Hello, Fuzzy. 3 white guys who were supposed to have attacked that Christmas party, and we haven't heard word. All right. Bye-bye.